leader, wife, and friend. Let's welcome to the stage three-time elite coach, Melissa Galamay.
Woo!
Okay, Melissa, so why don't you describe your life before Beachbody?
So my life before Beachbody, it was kind of just heavy. I grew up with lots of trauma, and as an adult, I tried to stuff all of that trauma and build my way up the corporate ladder. And so I found myself working in a corporation where I was putting in 45 to 55 hours a week with a 3-hour commute each way. I had 2 small children and no time for my family. I was living off of Red Bulls and Snickers bars and hitting fast food on my way home. I literally had anxiety that would wake me up in the middle of the night and felt like an elephant was sitting on my chest. My time wasn't my own. As much as I loved my corporate career, I just was missing out on something and I didn't know what it was. But I was following a woman on Facebook for about 13 months who just her stories became so relatable. And every time she posted something, I felt like she was speaking immediately to me. And through that, I was able to start following my upline coaches as well, who their stories inspired me. They were business professionals who were coming home to their children. And I never forget the day that I saw Christina Delgado's transformation from the 21-day fix. And I just kept thinking, like, I have to do something different. And if this woman, who, in my eyes, didn't have any weight to lose, could drop 10 pounds in 21 days, like, I had to take a chance on it. And the moment that something changed for me was, actually, my top leader in my organization, my very first coach, was my photographer first, and we were acquaintances. And she took our family photos. And we got these pictures back, and I didn't recognize myself. I couldn't believe how far I had gone, and the pants I was wearing that day were actually held together with a rubber band, and I knew I needed to do something. So I got on the phone with my coach, Mindy Horde, and found myself pouring my heart out to this stranger, and like, I know several times I was like, why am I like telling this stranger my life story and like sobbing my eyes out, like, what is this? But about 2 weeks later, I made the decision that I was going to sign up with the 21-day fix and become a coach.
Okay, so you started off as a challenger. What made you decide to go all in and become a coach?
Well, I definitely wanted the discount on Shakeology because who didn't? And I knew that I could get my money back if all else failed, because I literally had tried every quick fix, every diet pill, everything that Pinterest had to offer on ways to lose weight, so I knew I needed to do this. And as soon as I got started, I lost 6 pounds the first week, which was more than I was losing on those quick fixes, and my energy immediately increased. I was put into this accountability group where these strangers were encouraging me and lifting me up and cheering me on. And at the end of my first 21 days, I had lost 10.5 pounds and 10.5 inches, and my confidence, I'd never felt as good as I was. I noticed that I was drinking less, I was sleeping better, I wasn't as anxious as I was. My kids were starting, I had 2 little boys, and they were starting to want to work out with me at night. So I knew that if it was making a difference in my life, I had to pay this forward to other people. And slowly but surely, I just started sharing on Facebook, and I created a community that I wanted people to feel good in their skin. I wanted moms to know that they could be able to take back confidence and control in their life regardless of how busy their schedule was.
Love that. So you became a coach, you quit your full-time job. What happened next? What struggles did you run into while you were coaching?
So 15 months into my journey, I was able to walk away from my full-time job. My daughter, which we unexpectedly got pregnant 3 months into my journey, was going to be like 5 months old, and we were driving home from camping, and she got really sick. And I remember texting the daycare and saying, "Jenna's sick." And she responded back, "No worries, bring her." And I was angry at the fact that there was another woman who could take care of my baby, and I couldn't because I had to go to work for someone else. And so I crunched the numbers and I figured out, like, this doesn't make sense. I have to be home with my kids. And I presented it to my husband, and I went back into work and we gave an 8-week resignation because that's what my upline Becky had done and Mindy had done. And so, speed of the leader, speed of the pack, I just did what they did. And I walked away from my job, and about 30 days later, I was getting up in the morning and I couldn't walk. And I had noticed some swelling in my knee and just chalked it up to maybe like pulling something in one of my workouts. But I had to crawl from my bathroom from my bedroom to the bathroom and ask my 5-year-old son to come help me off the toilet. And the worst part was I couldn't get my 6-month-old baby out of her crib. I didn't know what I was going to do. And after really pushing it and having to advocate for myself, we found out that I was diagnosed with full-blown rheumatoid arthritis, which has caused permanent damage in this right arm. And immediately I was angry with this diagnosis because I had just quit my full-time job, and they were telling me, you need to slow down, you can't be so active. We're going to put you on steroids, which is probably going to make you gain weight, which it did, 15 pounds, which also caused like lots of mood swings and mindset stuff. Like I was all over the place. And I figured out that I just wasn't going to take their medication and I was going to do this on my own. So while I was trying to change my eating habits and figure out what was working with the inflammation in my body, I started drinking a lot more. And I had always struggled with addiction my whole life. But after I started having kids, I switched from using drugs to drinking alcohol. And I live in wine country where it's just normal. We live in the mommy culture where everyone drinks. And I'd say all of 2016, I was angry at this diagnosis. And then I knew I needed to make a choice for not only my health, but like the future of my family. And I made a decision to quit drinking, but not one that didn't come without regret. So on September 18th of 2016, my husband and I went wine tasting for his birthday, which was my idea. He did not want to go, but we went and took my daughter, and our tasting turned into 3 bottles of wine, and like most times when I was drinking, I blacked out. And thank God nothing happened, but when my husband had stopped at a store in our town, apparently I got out and went in the store too and left my 1-year-old baby in the car. And nothing happened, but I woke up the next morning with so much shame and regret and guilt, and that wasn't a foreign feeling to me. And so while I had this amazing business that was breathing life into me, and I felt like I had it all figured out, and I was able to come home to my kids and do all these things, there was another part of my life that I had no control over. And I woke up that morning and realized that if I could not take care of my kids and drink responsibly, I didn't need to drink anymore. And I just celebrated 3 years sober. And it's now my mission to pay that forward, and this opportunity has just given me this platform to serve people with chronic pain, to serve people who are struggling with addiction or mindset or anxiety and depression. And I know that people have this perception that you said I was a coach and everything gets fixed, but we continue to face these things, and I feel like it's my responsibility to take my mess and turn it into a message so that I can serve others.
How did the Beachbody community help you through these times?
Without this community, I wouldn't be sober today. I will tell you that. My coach got sober first, and I remember feeling like I'm never gonna have fun. Like, it's not gonna be fun. Like, our team's a party team, we're Diesel Nation. Just thinking like, how am I gonna go on these Success Club trips, and how am I gonna go on these retreats? And every single person on our team supported me when I came out and made that decision. And when I started sharing my story openly, it was this community that lifted me up. When I started telling the really ugly parts of my story that I didn't want anyone to know, like leaving my daughter in the car, it was this community that lifted me up and that has prayed for me, encouraged me, inspired me to keep going. And when I have a high pain day, they're the ones that are cheering me on and encouraging me. So without our team and this incredible community, like so many of you guys have inspired me and you don't even know it. So Team Beachbody really has saved my life, and I would not be where I am today. I would not be home with my kids, that's for sure.
And what would you say it took to get here?
I think just like Doug said, having fun, being consistent, showing up every single day regardless of what life throws at you, no matter how much pain you're in or how much crap you go through, like just showing up and being excited about this opportunity because it's so freaking awesome that we get to do this and we get to take our stories and share it with people. But just showing up when it's inconvenient and when it's really freaking hard.
You truly are an inspiration and amazing for the community, and we love that the Beachbody community was able to go along with you through these hard times. So let's give it another round of applause.